Hello friends, it is me, Mrs. P, and my shadow. I can't figure out this lighting situation and it's nighttime again, so I'm filming. It's almost 7. There's not much I can do about the lighting situation right now. I know that some people use the ring lights, I think, to like go overhead. I'm just trying not to spend any more money on equipment to video with, because like at the end of the day, I'm here to pay off debt. So if the shadows bother you, I am very sorry. I have turned my desk, I have turned the lights, I have done all the things trying to figure this out, and I just can't. So I'm just going to make the best of it. So I hope you guys can live with the shadows. So I am here to do my monthly overview. This is part of the budget that is very important. If you don't look ahead throughout the whole month and think of all the things that are coming up, then you may you may get surprised when there's more month than money, if that makes any sense. Because I've been there so many times. If I just budgeted week by week and not looked further on down the road, then sometimes I wasn't prepared for things that were coming up, dinners, birthdays, things like that. So I always like to look at the whole month first. I do have a draft. I've already kind of gone through this, but as I'm sitting here talking, I'm thinking of things that I might have forgotten. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to zoom you in and just kind of fill in all of our bills and expenses that we have throughout the month, not counting any variable expenses. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out, and I will probably speed you through it because, I don't know, maybe I'll talk through it. I don't know what y'all prefer, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just start here. So our December budget starts actually November. Okay, so if today's the 25th, 6 to 7, it starts on the 28th of November. But we don't have any bills coming out November 28th through the 1st. All of our bills start on the 1st because we've already paid everything up through there. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that. So we have, oh, that shadow is terrible. All right, so we've got mortgage. We have truck payment. Citibank, which is the current card that we are working on to pay off. We've got Wells Fargo. Orthodontist. Farm Bureau. Microsoft, but I'm going to put a little asterisk here because this is my daughter's Microsoft account, and she's paying that now with her allowance. So I keep it in the bill budget because it comes out, but she will pay me her allowance money to cover that expense. Assurant, and that is all as far as our bills go. My car payment actually is paid on the last day of the month, but it comes directly out of my paycheck. So I don't have to pay towards that unless it's like summertime when I'm not getting paid. All right, so I'm also going to write in Xbox. And I'm going to put 39 because that's how much we were paying toward the Xbox loan is been paid off. So I'm going to apply that money toward the Citibank card to get it paid off. So that's what I'm going to do. In red is all things that are debts that we used to have but no longer, but we're still going to use that money towards our Snowball. All right, so the next bill will be Google, and that is all that will be paid. If you notice, I've got these highlighted. So all of this will be paid with my check and my husband's check at the beginning of the month. All right, so then here in the purple starts a new pay cycle. So we will pay car wash, Live 360, Mr. P Hobby. Speaking of hobbies, he and my daughter are over at my father-in-law's house. He has a finished basement, and so he keeps all of his music equipment over there. He's got drum sets, he's got sound system, he's got like recording stuff, I don't know, all the stuff to do, all that stuff. Anyway, he's trying to teach my daughter how to play drums, and he's working on her vocals, so that's exciting. And then we have iRobot. All right, so we do have one past debt that we will use toward our Snowball, and that's the Lowe's payment, and it was $30. Okay, so that is all on that pay cycle. Then we start a new one. We have only one bill that comes out this week, which is Geico, and we are in the process. My husband is changing the this is the insurance he has on his Gator, and he is in talks with our insurance guy or rep or whatever you call them about getting it added to the Farm Bureau account. So, and we're also trying to get my son's Progressive insurance added on there also. All right, so we also have Barclay, which was $77. I don't know why I don't just round those up. Discover, $30, and the credit union card, which was $70. All right, so all of those will be paid to our Snowball card. All right, I feel like I'm confusing you guys. All right, then we have Netflix, Apple Music, this is where we get a lot of bills right here. Power, Spotify, Hulu, Discovery Plus, and Verizon. Then we don't have any more bills throughout that, but we do have the Uplift that we have already paid off that we will apply to our Snowball. And then we have the John Deere, student loan, Apple storage, and then YouTube, and Mr. P Hobby. And that is all of our bills for the month. Okay, so after I do this, this is what I'll use when I do my weekly budgets. I will go through here and see what needs to be paid, and that's how I do that. All right, so then after I do that, I will do my sinking fund monthly plan. A lot of people have asked me how I decide, especially with my challenges that I do, I seem to have like different amounts each week that I fund for those challenges. It really depends on what bills we have to pay that week. It's kind of just like I kind of look at the budget, see what's left over, and see what we can afford to pay. And that's how I do that. I try to get the most I can because I know I need to save as much as I can. So that's why we try to cut corners on eating out, groceries, things like that. All right, so for our month of December, and I'm going to go ahead and write December here, 2024, the last month of 2024. Cannot believe it. All right, so our December has actually 5 weeks, but the very last week of December, we will not be at home. We will be in Washington State celebrating Christmas with my son and his fiance. So we will we will do some of our funds in our categories, but not all of them. For example, groceries, we're not going to fund that. Pets, we will not fund. Household, we will not fund. But we are going to fund the rest. We're going to give Mr. P his blow money, my blow money, Miss P's blow money. Eating out, I'm planning $150 for the month. Gas, $350, and miscellaneous, $50. So our variable expenses will total around $18.20. All right, then I get to this section, which is sinking funds that we fund and we spend out of kind of on a weekly, sometimes bi-weekly, or as needed basis. So beauty, we're going to put 100, medical 100, sports 150, because right now my daughter is involved in 2 different sports, so it costs a lot to go get into the games, snack at the games, drive to the games, all those things. Family fun is going to get 100, and pool supplies is going to get 25. So this section will have 475. All right, then I go to this category, or this section, which is our more long-term savings and sinking funds. We fund garbage. We pay it quarterly, and it's $45 every 3 months, which is super affordable. So we just put $15 in it a month. Subscriptions, I'm going to put 50. Vet, 50. Car tags, 25. Car maintenance, 25. And home maintenance, I'm going to increase this one to 200. We recently had the motor go out in our washing machine, and it just got me thinking that, you know, I need to beef up that envelope just for those types of things, because I ended up having to pull from my emergency fund, and I don't like doing that. That hurts my heart so much. So this section is 365. All right, so then I get into my savings. All right, so summer savings is going to be 500. Christmas, 250. Travel, wedding, 500. Emergency fund, I just added this category back in, and that's because we had to dip into it, and I want to put that money back. So $300. Mini Mondays, 250. And YouTube Hop, 90. All right, so this section is $18.90. And that gives us a monthly total of cash of $4,550, which is quite a bit. But we do have a 5 paycheck month for my husband. I have a bonus coming in from work. It's not really a bonus. It's more like a supplement to my income and some other little things that we're expecting. So that helps with our income. All right, I've already filled this section out. This is where I break down the weekly amounts for each of our cash stuffings so that I already know each week what I need to get out. All right, so I've done that already. And then last, I'm going to go through our each bill that we have, debt, variable, and see if we can get to a zero-based budget. All right, let me zoom you in. So this is going to be for December 2024. Okay, so we have 3 sources of income. One is Mr. P, and he is expecting 5 paychecks, so that will be around $5,000. Mrs. P, mine is around $32.75, and that is after health insurance, car payment, let's see here, retirement. I'm trying to think of all the things that come out of my check. Supplemental, cancer policy, vision, all those things. All right, and then other is a big group of things. It includes money that my family sends me to pay their portion of the phone bill, insurance, things like that. It's going to include what I expect or hope that I will get from YouTube, minus money that I'm going to go ahead and send to the savings account for taxes, and then the bonus that I'm expecting. So other, I'm going to put $1,200. And then, so that gives us a total income of $9,475 for the month of December. All right. So then I've already listed all of my bills, but I haven't put the amounts yet. I do have some little stars here just because Things I'm hoping will change as far as I hope that we will get my son put on our insurance, so that will lower that bill for him. And I'm hoping that we get Geico switched over so that we no longer have like 3 different insurance companies that we have to worry about paying. All right, so mortgage always comes out the first of the month, and that's $11.40. Progressive is my son's insurance. That's why it's got the little star. He pays for that. Farm Bureau, that is ours. It includes my husband and myself, our 2 vehicles, and my father-in-law is on this policy. He drives my husband's truck, and so we pay for his insurance. All right, Microsoft, it's got a little asterisk. My daughter is going to pay that, and that's also included in this other amount. Assurant, that is renter's insurance that my son pays. Google, $3. Car wash, $40. Life 360, $9. Mr. P Hobby, he's got 2 of them that he pays for. This one is $61. We have iRobot, which is, I lost my place, $27. Geico, which I hope will be included in this, and it shouldn't be any more. It should actually cost us less, because it will be like, you know how when you have multiple things on your insurance, it's actually cheaper. So for right now, we pay 28 and some change. We have Netflix, $17. Apple Music, $12. Power, I am estimating $350. Hopefully it will not be any higher than that. This is not just our electric bill. It's also our internet and some outdoor lighting that we have. Let's see here. Spotify, $13. Hulu, $19. Discovery Plus, $10. Verizon, $425. That includes my mom. She makes her payment. My father-in-law, both of my boys, and yeah. So then the rest is ours. Our Apple storage is $10. YouTube, $25. And Mr. P's other hobby is $49. And so that is all our fixed bills and expenses. And that adds up to, I'm seeing 3 and I'm writing, no, I'm seeing 2 and I'm writing 3. All right, so that should be a 2. $2,646. All right, I've already filled these in at the bottom here, and it's hard for you to see because I've got something in my way. I can't push my notebook any further up. Sinking funds, I already put $840, savings $1590, and emergency fund $300. So this section totals $2730. All right, here's our variable expenses. So we've got grocery, $600, pets, $80, household, $80, Mr. P, $150, Miss P, $260, Miss P, $100, eating out, $150, gas, $350, miscellaneous, $50, and hopefully nothing under unbudgeted. So this section is $1820. All right, so here's the not so fun part. This is our debt. And so currently we are paying on these debts. So we've got the truck, which is $470, Citibank, which the minimum payment is $20, Wells Fargo $75, Ortho $88, John Deere $404, and student loan $498. The John Deere is very close to being paid off. Ortho is close to being paid off. Currently, this Citibank card, we are trying to pay it off, and my goal is to have that one gone by the end of the year. So, crossing my fingers that everything goes as planned. All right, so these are old debts that we have already paid off, but I'm going to apply the balance or the minimum payment to the Citibank card. So we've got Xbox, which was $39, Lowe's $30, Barclay $77, Discover $30, Credit Union $70, Uplift $157, and I'm going to come back on that Snowball. So let's go down here to this last section. So our total income was $94.75. Our bill total was $26.46. Our variable total was $18.20. Our savings total was $27.30. If I add up all of these debts and the snowball, it adds up to be $19.65. All right, so let me show you how I figured out how much we were going to be able to put in addition to these amounts to the snowball. So I take that the $94.75, which is our income. I'm taking away the $26.46, which is our bills, $18.20, which is our variable expenses, $27.30, which is our savings total, and then $19.65, which is our debt. So that leaves $314. So I am going to write that here, $314. So that gives us a balance of $22.79, and that totals $9,475, giving us that zero-based budget. Okay, so shadows and all, that is my budget for December. So it looks like if everything goes as planned, I'll be able to put, let me just add this up. 314, 157, 70, 30, 77, 30, and 39. $717 toward our snowball. And I don't want to give it away, but right now our Citibank card is less than $700. So if everything goes as planned, we will get that sucker paid off this month, which is way ahead of time. It didn't have to be paid off till I think September of 2025 in order to not accrue interest. So we are very happy about that. So with that said, the John Deere will get paid off on its own from us just making the payments. The ortho is very close to being paid off also, and it has no interest and it will never accrue interest. So what I'm going to do is start working on this Wells Fargo card, because the interest will start accruing in August of 2025. So that will be the next debt that we will tackle. So friends, that is all for my budget, my December budget. I will come back probably tomorrow and do my first weekly plan, because I need to get that ready, because I've got to go to the bank so I can cash stuff for the first week of December, because even though December doesn't start until Sunday, my budget starts on Thursday. So I've got to get busy and get that all done. And then sometime this coming weekend, I will do my debt update so you can see how we did during the month of November. So I am going to get off of here. I'm going to pull the candle over. It's kind of hard to see Nick in there. Can you see him? He's hanging out. He's kind of sinking in there. This candle is just like going in the middle. Okay, friends, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.